I slammed my truck door hard enough to rattle the side mirror, dust rising in thick clouds around my boots as I stared, fuming at the brand-new steel gate blocking my own damn driveway. It looked like a military checkpoint. Triple padlocks, welded joints still gleaming, bright red signs zip-tied to the bars. This wasn't some random construction site. This was my land, my home, my workshop, and somehow I was standing on the wrong side of it, locked out like a trespasser. Then she emerged from the bushes like a sitcom villain with perfect timing. Clipboard in hand, posture as stiff as her hairspray helmet, Cheryl Maddox, president of the HOA and self-proclaimed gatekeeper of neighborhood visual harmony. She smiled that smug little smile she wore when she fined someone for planting marigolds that clashed with the approved hydrangea palette. "You no longer have access to this road," she chirped, sounding far too pleased with herself. "The HOA vote passed while you were away. Your industrial vehicle violates Article 12, Section B." She didn't say truck, like most people would, with admiration or curiosity. She said it like it was a disease she was trying to quarantine. I blinked, trying to register the absurdity. I'd just gotten back from a week-long off-road rally in Utah, dust still in my hair, the rush of adrenaline still thrumming in my veins, and now I was being denied entry to my own property because my truck wasn't HOA pretty enough? "Cheryl," I said, stepping forward, "this is my land. I paid for that road. I paved it. I've maintained it for over 10 years. She pointed smugly to a laminated sheet zip-tied to the gate. "This road is now a designated visual hazard control zone. If you have any objections, you'll need to contact legal." Legal. This was the same woman who once canceled the HOA holiday party because someone dared bring green tablecloths instead of ivory. Now she was pretending to be a zoning attorney. But this wasn't about a gate. This was about Titan. My truck wasn't just a vehicle. She was my pride and joy. A 7-ton, hand-built monster of steel and sweat. Matte black paint with blood-red detailing. Custom-engineered engine. Off-road tires that could crush curves without blinking. She wasn't just a ride. She was a statement. And Cheryl hated her. She'd been trying to get Titan out for months. Claimed the truck was aggressive landscaping. Tried to reclassify her as agricultural machinery. Wrote warnings. Reported me, posted blurry photos in the HOA newsletter like I was public enemy number 1. And the second I left town, she saw her chance. She took it. That night, I had to drive 20 miles to some dingy roadside motel just to find decent cell service. From there, I called Nate, my old Army buddy turned property rights attorney. Sent him everything. Photos, HOA notices, maps, scanned receipts from when I paved the damn road myself. Nate called back within the hour. He was pissed. "This isn't just HOA overreach," he growled. "She filed fake easement claims. They have zero jurisdiction here. She's got no legal ground to stand on. But legal battles take time. And Cheryl was counting on that. She thought if she made it hard enough, long enough, I'd cave. She didn't know me at all. Over the next 3 days, I got Titan ready. Full systems check. Buffed her until she gleamed. Mounted cameras, GoPros, speaker system, everything. I wasn't just going to fight back. I was going to document it. And while I worked, I dug deeper. Trail cam footage showed HOA landscapers hauling dirt and dumping across my driveway to make it look abandoned. One of them actually said, "Cheryl wants this grass green for the next HOA picnic." She wasn't enforcing rules. She was staging a power grab. By Friday, the local rumor mill was buzzing. Cheryl was spreading wild stories, claiming I was violent, unstable, even planning some sort of protest. She posted a video of herself in front of the gate, holding a lemonade glass like a war medal. "We must stand firm against intimidation," she said. "Please." Saturday morning, I rolled up in Titan, slow and steady. Her engine purred low, growling like a panther just waiting for permission to pounce. The steel gate shimmered in the morning light. Fresh locks, new signs, even a rent-a-cop standing guard like he was stationed at Area 51. I pulled up 10 feet from the gate, let the engine idle, loud enough to shake the pebbles. Then I flipped on the speaker. "This is private property. This gate is an illegal obstruction. You have 60 seconds to vacate. Cheryl appeared like clockwork, glass of wine in hand now instead of lemonade. She raised it with a smirk. "You're making a mistake," she said sweetly. I revved the engine. Titan roared. "I already made one." I replied, "I trusted you." The sound carried. Neighbors stepped outside, phones in hand, kids whispering, faces peeking from behind windows. It was like the entire block had shown up to watch the showdown. Then Titan moved. Not fast, not wild, just deliberate, like a battering ram with manners. The front grille met steel with a loud clang. The lock screamed. One popped clean off, spinning into the air like a shot. Another groaned, bent, then snapped like brittle bone. And then, asterisk crack asterisk, the gate dropped forward in one loud, final collapse. It hit the pavement like a defeated flag. No one said a word. Titan rolled through the wreckage, calm and victorious, her cameras catching every second. And Cheryl? She stood frozen, wine glass trembling in her hand. She didn't say another word. She didn't have to, because that morning, everyone saw what she was really trying to do, control something that was never hers. And I reminded her in the loudest, most undeniable way possible that I don't fold. I fight back. I parked, stepped down from Titan, and walked straight up to Cheryl. No theatrics, no smirk, just an envelope in hand, and a look that told her the game was over. Complaints have been filed, I said, voice calm but sharp. The county inspector will be here within the hour. And if you or anyone on your little board so much as touch my property again, the next step is federal court. Late to stop it. She didn't say a word, just stood there on the gravel, clipboard clutched so tightly it was trembling. For once, the queen of petty paperwork had nothing to file, nothing to say. By that evening, the footage of the gate takedown had blown up. Nate had taken all the raw video, GoPro angles, drone flyovers, timestamp overlays, and edited it into something slick and devastating. We titled it, "HOA tried to lock me out. My monster truck had other plans." In 24 hours, it had over 500,000 views. The comment section was a flood of people sharing their own horror stories about HOAs gone mad. Even the local news picked it up. Cheryl went from HOA royalty to an internet punchline practically overnight, but she didn't take it quietly. She fired back with a stack of citations, 3 in total, adding up to more than $4,000 in fines. My personal favorite? Visual disruption of community landscape. Apparently, Titan was now an eyesore with legal consequences. So I printed every citation, mounted them on a big presentation board like a damn school science fair, and carried it into the next HOA meeting. I didn't have to say a word. The board couldn't even meet my eyes. Cheryl stared at the wall like it might open up and swallow her. And yet, she still wasn't done. 2 days later, I stepped outside to find little pink survey flags stabbed into my front lawn. New HOA beautification plan, supposedly. Another attempt to claim space that wasn't hers. I tied all the flags together with a ribbon, walked them across the street, and taped them neatly to Cheryl's mailbox with a sticky note that read, "Wrong property." Again. Still, I knew she wasn't going to give up, not until the whole neighborhood saw her for who she really was. So I planned something bigger, something unforgettable. I called it the Freedom Lap, filed the paperwork, got the permit, invited the sheriff's department, the fire department, even had a few local officials show up to make sure everything was above board. I set up a neighborhood barbecue on my own land, fully documented, fully legal, and then, right before sunset, I climbed back into Titan, cameras rolling, engines humming. I rolled her out for one slow, respectful, glorious lap around the perimeter of my property. No noise, no confrontation, just a quiet reminder of what I owned, what I built, and what no one could take from me. The turnout was unreal. People brought lawn chairs, side dishes, coolers. Kids ran barefoot in the grass. Some of the same HOA board members who voted to block me out were now sitting quietly under tents, nodding sheepishly. As I rounded the corner of my property, a little girl sitting on her dad's shoulders shouted, Go, Titan! I waved. That was all I needed to do. Cheryl's blind stayed shut the whole time, but I know she was watching. 1 week later, the real hammer dropped. The county launched a full-blown investigation into the HOA's financials. Someone tipped them off. Might have been Nate, might have been one of the board members who'd had enough. Turned out Cheryl had reclassified the cost of building that illegal gate under emergency drainage infrastructure. She even signed off under a fake name. Fraud. Plain and simple. That alone was enough to get her barred from HOA leadership for life. But it wasn't over until it cracked her. One morning, I came outside to find her SUV parked sideways across my driveway, blocking me in. She stood beside it in a bathrobe, arms crossed, face pale but still defiant like she was trying to summon the last of her power. I climbed into Titan, rolled forward slow until the bumper kissed the edge of her rear fender. Then I flipped on the speaker. Move your vehicle in 10 seconds or I'm calling the sheriff to report obstruction. She moved. That same afternoon, I got the official notice. Cheryl had been removed as HOA president, her authority revoked, her access to board documents permanently stripped. By the end of the month, her house was on the market. Last I heard, she's looking at gated communities. Fitting, really. She needs new gates of control, since hers now lies in a scrap heap, twisted and forgotten. We got a new HOA president now. Sandra. She's fair, reasonable, and, most importantly, *listen star. She even asked me to speak at the next meeting about property rights, fairness, and community. I turned her down. I'm not looking to be anyone's hero. All I ever wanted was to come home in peace. This was never about the truck, or the gate, or the rules buried in some HOA handbook. This was about something bigger, about being pushed off your own land by someone who mistook authority for ownership. It was about standing your ground when someone else decides your life is their jurisdiction. Titan still sits quiet in the driveway. Clean, polished, proud. She doesn't need to move again. She made her point loud and clear. But I still keep her fueled, just in case someone gets brave with another clipboard. Now, let me ask you, was I right to fight back the way I did? Did I take it too far or not far enough? Drop your thoughts in comments. And if you've ever had to stare down an out-of-control HOA or wanted to, believe me, I'll be reading every single word.